And we are live from Louisiana for some Sunday night Simulation Football League action. I am Robert Garrett Jr. Alongside me is Charles Doherty. Charles, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Robert.
We got two teams coming up who have complete mirror images in record. Louisiana coming in at 8-2, and Portland coming in at 2-8. Both teams doing something they haven't much this season, with Louisiana getting a loss last week, 31-28 against Fort Worth, and Portland getting a win, 20-13 versus Charleston. Charles, what do you think we're going to see coming up in this matchup tonight?
Well, Louisiana, everybody knows, is having a great season. They're outstanding on both sides of the ball. If Portland's going to pull this off, they're going to have the best game of their franchise, their brief franchise history. Louisiana, all they need to do is do what they do best: hand the ball off to Streeter, limit the mistakes, let Johnny Pickler, the quarterback for Louisiana, make Portland pay if they overcommit to the run. I can't wait to see what happens. I mean, they last week, Portland surprised us in a big win against Charleston. I think they're going to be ready to gun for Louisiana. We're going to have a good game, Robert.
And the coin toss is up, and we are getting ready to hit the field for the action tonight. Good game. What should be a good game, or could be quite the opposite, coming up, as Louisiana is going to kick the ball off, and Portland will be on return first. So the kick from Matt Finnick, awaiting to start the game. His hand is up, and the kick is off. As the ball soars, Portland will get it in the front of the end zone, bring it out to the 20, and that is where the ball will be placed, at the 21. So for the offense of Portland, we have quarterback Matt South, running back John Truzman, fullback Jacob Farmer, receivers Art Vandelay, Gene Valentine, and Connor Weston. The tight end is Nelson Lozano Jr., and the tackle Scooter Smith. So Portland will come out. Matt South in the shotgun, Truzman to his right, two receivers on each side. He's going to take the snap and drop back for pass, throw this over the middle, and it's caught for a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what Portland does on offense here. One of the things that they're going to have to be cognizant of is in the middle there, Chuck Diesel and Blake Craze at linebackers are probably one of the best, if not the best, 1-2 combination in the SFL. They're not going to give up passes like that too often.
Truzman offset to the right in the backfield. Matt South under center. A receiver on each side out wide. He's going to drop back the pass again. Look over the field. Throw this to Truzman towards the sideline, who's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Impressive job by Matt South, the quarterback of Portland, standing in the pocket there. It started to break down on his left side, but he turned into the oncoming traffic, was able to loft the ball over there and get it off to the running back. Wasn't a great gain, but at least he didn't throw an interception or make a turnover.
3rd and 5 for the Fleet. Matt South going to be under center, split backs in the backfield. Throw this ball quickly, and it's caught over the middle, taken up to about the 35-yard line, where the play will be ended.
Nice slant route by Gene Valentine, the wide receiver of Portland. I'm curious. They must have seen the coaching staff of Portland must have seen something on the Louisiana side, maybe some vulnerability in the middle. I mean, I'm surprised they're pushing it, but let's see if that works all game.
Two receivers split out wide. Truzman alone in the backfield. This ball thrown to the sideline and is quickly taken out of bounds. And the Fleet are going to go in the hurry up now. Matt South staying under center. Looks like he's going to check the defense and step back, but he's going to get sacked in the backfield.
That looks like Luther Gahn got his 13th sack of the season there. Nice pressure.
Matt South's going to drop back again and immediately get hit again in the backfield. This offensive line just not being able to contain Luther Gahn early in the game.
That's 2 sacks in a row for that big fella.
And Charles, it seems like the no-huddle offense for the Fleet may have gotten them stuck in a little bit of a situation there that they did not want to get caught in.
Yeah, I don't think it was a bad decision to go to the hurry up. You got to keep that defense on their heels. They just didn't execute the way they were intending.
And the ball is brought out to the 39-yard line, where we will see the offense for Louisiana hit the field for the first time. The quarterback for Louisiana being Johnny Pickler, running back Reggie Streeter. Receivers are Saren Storm, Chase Earl, and Mike Twinscrew. The tight end is B. Robo. And the two guards, Leonard Butler Sr. and Rudy Ray Dunn, lead the offensive line. Pickler going to start their drive under center. Streeter alone in the backfield. Two receivers to the left. Going to hand this ball off to Streeter, who's not going to find a hole. Gets stuffed immediately. Only gets a yard gain of 1.
Yeah, they're going to need to do that all game. Mel Davis started it out, and I think I believe Frank Champion came in and finished it off. But they're going to have a long game trying to bring Streeter down.
So Louisiana going to come out in the I formation. Both receivers are to Pickler's right. Pickler going to get them to jump off sides, going to drop back to pass, and decide to throw this one over to Streeter, who was waiting for the ball. But I don't think it's going to matter there as they got the offsides.
Yeah, Frank Champion, the linebacker for Portland, is all over the field. And that's not look, they made that mistake there, but other than that, it was a great defensive play by Champion.
The neutral zone infraction on Portland is the call. So Louisiana going to get the yards anyway. And as we wait, we'll go over the defense for Portland. The defensive line is Robert Brower, Derwin Nuevo, Bernard Patterson, and Gary Burney. The linebackers, Mel Davis, Amon Takes, Frank Champion. The corners are Chris Stock, Derek Majors, Bob Funk, and the safeties, Dakota Johansson and Shad Allen, as Reggie Streeter starts to break this one off and gets a first down across the 50, but then taken down by the safety.
Yeah, Robert, a little bird whispered in my ear, Luther Gahn for Louisiana just broke the single-season sack record for their franchise. So congratulations.
Luther Gahn has been a force all season for them, coming off of a game where he had 6 tackles and a tackle for loss against Fort Worth, just all over the field when Louisiana needs him. Pickler going to go under center, 2x2 on the outside, one back in the backfield. Pickler going to step back, throw this one over the middle. That ball is caught in tight coverage and taken down at the 33.
The two rookie guards for Louisiana, Leonard Butler Sr. and Rudy Ray Dunn, gave their quarterback, Johnny Pickler, plenty of time to read the progression. Great pass off to to Saren Storm. And overall, was a great offensive play, great hustle by the offense of Louisiana.
And that ball was thrown just over the outstretched hands of a Portland defender, not quite able to get his hand on it. And so they're going to be facing a 1st and 10. The Revolution going to come out with split backs in the backfield, both receivers out to Pickler's right. He's going to yell a couple commands to his offense. He's going to step back, deep drop to pass, throw this quickly over to the fullback, who's going to be taken down for a loss of 2.
Frank Champion again, linebacker for Portland. He's all over the place. I mean, that's not an easy feat that he just did, bringing down the running back down in the backfield like that.
2nd and 12 for Louisiana at the Portland 35. A weak I formation as Pickler's going to take a quick drop, throw this one to the sideline, and that ball is caught at the 18-yard line.
A great catch by Chase Earl. You can't give Johnny Pickler that much time in the pocket. If you let him go through his progressions, he's going to tear you up. Absolutely no pressure at all.
And Louisiana likes to attack with speed. They got, obviously, Reggie Streeter, but all 3 receivers, Saren Storm, Chase Earl, and Mike Twinscrew, very quick, able to get off the line of scrimmage quickly and make plays for Johnny Pickler. Offset I formation in the backfield. Both receivers this time to the left. Pickler going to drop back to pass and throw this one to the sideline. Ball is caught and taken up for a couple yards before being dragged down at the 11.
It looks like they're going very pass heavy on offense for Louisiana. It's working for them. Again, I'm a little surprised they're not using Reggie Streeter more.
2nd and 2 at the 11 inside the red zone. You got to imagine we're going to see Streeter here soon. And it's a strong power I for the Revolution. This ball is handed to Streeter, who's going to get the open hole and get up to the 6-yard line before being taken down by Champion.
Yeah, we saw on that play continued great blocking by the offensive line of Louisiana. Portland's going to have to do something, bring an extra man in the box or whatever, or something to stop that run up the middle.
First and goal from the 6. So far, Streeter with 14 yards. I got to give a big shout out to our stat team, David and KT Horrell, as Pickler's going to take a deep drop to the pass, throw this one right into the corner, and that is a touchdown for Louisiana.
Great route run by Mike Twinscrew right on the goal line. He got his second touchdown of the season. Plenty of time for Pickler again in the pocket to go through the progressions. Looks like he started off in the center and then saw Twinscrew break to the sideline, got the ball out, perfect timing. Great series for Louisiana.
So now we will see the rookie kicker, Matt Finnick, come out for the first time to kick this extra point and see if they can go up 7-0 early on in this game. As they await the snap. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good for Louisiana. 7-0 lead with 4:36 left to go in this first quarter, and Louisiana's offense looked like they were already full speed ahead there, Charles.
Definitely. They're clicking on all cylinders. I mean, the perfect Pickler threw the ball at almost every point in the field and hit a bunch of different wide receivers. It was impressive.
So the Revolution will kick this ball off again and again into the front of the end zone. The returner going to bring it out and get just past the 20 before he gets hit at the 23-yard line. And, we touched on Portland's offense before their previous drives. So let's go ahead and cover the Louisiana defense. We got defensive line Derek Jinko, Ross Napoli, Luther Gond, and Deontay Wilder. Linebackers are Chuck Diesel and Blake Craze. Corners Evan Arthur and Rolliman Hood. And the safeties are Jeff Melanishin and Tank Bennett. Matt South going to take a deep drop. Avoids pressure and gets sacked quickly by Chuck Diesel.
Yeah, it started out, though, those 4 defensive linemen of Louisiana, all rookies, they just blew up the blocking of Portland and allowed Frank Champion to go up the gap and bring the quarterback down.
And the pocket exploded so quickly there for Portland that I couldn't quite figure out what to say as the pressure was coming quickly for South. South this time going to take a snap from the shotgun. No backs in the backfield. He's going to stand up and throw this one quickly over the middle where it's caught at the 28-yard line. Now 3rd and 5 for the Fleet.
Yeah, the one thing the Fleet can't do is panic. They just need to be calm. All of the pressure is on Louisiana fighting for the playoff spot. Portland just needs to go out there and relax and go through their playbook like they practiced all week.
3rd and 5 now for the Fleet. 2 receivers out wide. Matt South under center. Going to take the drop again to throw this to the sideline. That ball is caught, but taken out of bounds just 2 yards short of the first down.
Just barely got the ball in the wide receiver's hands. It looked like even Arthur had that pegged from the snap and was a micromillimeter away from intercepting that and taking it to the house.
And if you are new to the Simulation Football League, you're watching the first controllerless esport where strategy and AI instead of thumbs determine the outcome. Teams submit game plans prior to the simulation and the results play out live in real time with hundreds of viewers turned players, scouts, coaches, and team owners on the field to create an all-new kind of virtual reality. Visit www.simulationfl.net for more information. As we will get to see Johnny Pickler and company come out again for their second drive of the game. And Charles, you got to imagine they're probably not going to stray very far from their last drive.
Well, Johnny Pickler was near perfect. 5 for 5.
Pickler going to take the snap from under center. 2 backs in the backfield. This ball is handed to Streeter, who has an opening, spins out a tackle, and gets past the 50 to the 41-yard line. And the Revolution already set up in very good field position.
The longest run for Streeter tonight, right up the middle there. And as I stated earlier, they're going to have to find some way to close down that box to keep Streeter from running all over him.
Yeah, Reggie Streeter, a very shifty running back, but also has the power and strength when he needs it. able to break out of a tackle or two. This time going to be the lone back in the backfield. Pickler's under center with 2 receivers to his left. Going to take the snap and take a quick drop. Throw this one over the middle where that ball should have been picked off, but the linebacker just wasn't looking at the ball, and that was Mel Davis that gets credited to the deflection.
Pickler had plenty of time in the pocket. Again, good blocking up front. Looks like it was just an errant throw on his part. It looked like it hit the linebacker. See if this on the replay.
I think it hit Mel Davis right in the ear hole.
Right in the grape.
So, gets credited for the deflection, but probably regressed that a little bit, as if he was looking towards the ball, could have had an interception.
Well, that's using your head, Robert.
Strong power eye from the Revolution. For 2nd and 10, this ball is going to be handed off to Streeter, who's going to try to spin out of a tackle, but be taken down 2 yards short in the backfield.
Yeah, nice stop by Mel Davis. He's a tackling machine. He's averaging 11.2 a game, and that's near the top 5 in the league.
So now the Revolution facing a 3rd and 12 at the Portland 43, just outside of field goal range. Going to need to get some more yards here. Pickler going to be under center, 2x2 out wide. Going to take a deep drop back, step up into the pocket and throw this one, but it's deflected by the defender. And great play by the receiver, trying to get low and pull that ball in to have a chance to catch it.
That last play was the first one I saw where the pocket actually started to break down on Louisiana, causing Pickler to step into it and throw, not necessarily the most accurate throw. And the cornerback Ryan Davis was there to knock it down.
Punter for Louisiana out on the field, Walter Melanishin. Is going to punt the ball off. The snap was a little bit high, but able to handle it and get it away. And Portland is not going to try to return this ball as it rolls into the end zone. Louisiana misses a chance to down it inside the 5, and Portland will get the ball at the 20.
Yeah, now's the time. No, well, not the time for Portland to panic. Again, just stay patient, go through what you practiced all week, and see if you can get some running going with John Trusman.
So Portland going to come out at their own 20-yard line. Matt South under center. 2 receivers on either side. Trusman alone in the backfield. Matt South going to take a second before quick drop back. Throws this one over the middle, and that ball is almost picked off. Jeff Melanishin just set up perfectly for the interception, but not able to pull that ball in.
The front line of Louisiana is just having their way against the offensive line of Portland. It doesn't look like Matt South's getting any time to go through, read any of the routes of the wide receivers. He's in trouble as soon as the snap.
2nd and 10 for the Fleet, and Louisiana is in tight. Little extra pressure on the front line as this ball is handed off to Trusman. He thought he had a hole, but was crushed 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage.
Ouch! That hurt. Blake Craze was waiting for him and just lit him up.
Blake Craze, 7 tackles, 3 assists in last week's game. Just another one of those dangerous players for the Revolution. Matt South this time at 3rd and 11 takes the snap, got a deep drop, throws this one deep down the field, and that ball's caught. And they're going to go into the hurry up after a big Art Vandelay reception. Now at the Louisiana 44-yard line. Matt South sees something he likes, Charles.
Yeah, I think it's smart. Keep the defense on their heels.
And Matt South very slowly jogging down the field, taking his time. And going to quickly take this snap, deep drop again, throws this one to the sideline. That ball's caught. Only a gain of about 2, and they're going to continue into this hurry up. Bunch set to the left for South in this formation. Another deep drop, deep down the sideline. And this time the ball is defended well, tipped up, and falls to the ground. But Portland's not done with this yet. They still have something here that they like. South again, deep drop, standing at about the 50, throws this ball over the middle, but a great defense stops the receiver, Gene Valentine, from making that reception.
The Louisiana defense settled in after that first play. It looked like they were caught a little unawares after that the hurry up, and they just settled in and completely shut down that drive.
Charles, Portland playing pretty aggressive so far in this first quarter. Second time they've had a drive where they've gone into hurry up like that. And I mean, early on it worked out for them, but that play quickly got figured out by Louisiana. This punt is off and it's going to take a bounce, but it looks like Portland's going to be able to stop it right around the 5-yard line where Louisiana will come out on offense.
Yeah, love great special teams. That was a great punt. Pinned him deep, and let's see how Johnny Pickler gets them out of this hole.
1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line. Just 23 seconds left to go in the first quarter. This first quarter of action has been moving pretty quickly. It looks like they are going to come out in strong power I, hand this ball off to Streeter, who's got the edge, takes it ahead for about a gain of 5, where he will go down.
Yeah, he was a half step to the outside, and he would have been gone to daylight to the end zone. He held in a little bit long on that route, the running route, and ran right into the defenders. But if he would have taken a step to the outside, I think he would have had a super game.
Louisiana at their own 10-yard line at the end of the first quarter. The Revolution up 7-0. You were watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Second and 5 for the Revolution. Again in the strong power I, the lone receiver out to the right of Pickler. And this ball is going to be handed to Streeter yet again, who's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, I can't see who made that. I couldn't see who made that stop, but it looked like maybe that was Blake Craze that closed it down in the middle. But the defensive Portland is really holding their own here on this drive.
3rd and 5 for the Revolution, and they'd really like to get this one at their own 10-yard line. Punt isn't going to get Portland very far down the field. Ball quickly thrown by Pickler, but tipped up by the defense, and then great play to take the receiver down instead of trying to get that interception.
Yeah, there's Mel Davis. I mean, between him and Frank Champion, they've got the whole middle of the field covered. I mean, they're everywhere.
So download Crowd Play, our new partner for 2020, and play the game about the game. Follow the action and answer questions for a chance to win a share of the $1,000 prize pool. Your next chance to win is tomorrow, Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, when the Denver Nightwings travel to face the Las Vegas Fury. Visit crowdplay.com for more information. This ball is going to be taken up to the Louisiana 37, where the Fleet will come out on offense, and they're set up pretty well. They play smart here, Charles. They should at least come out of this with 3 points.
Yeah, I think they're about 5 yards, maybe 4 yards out of range for David John, their kicker. His longest was 51 of the season, but so they just need to keep their heads and at least walk away with field goal.
And power I for the Fleet as South takes a drop, throws this one towards the sideline, but the ball is tipped by Evan Arthur. Great play because the receiver was wide open over there that was being thrown to.
Great play. It looked, when even Arthur jumped up to that, it looked like I thought he'd misplayed it and jumped too early, but it shows his athleticism. He was able to turn around behind him and still deflect the pass.
2nd and 10 for the Portland Fleet. Again in the power I formation. 4 down linemen for the Revolution. Matt South going to take his time, try to get them to jump off sides, but it won't work. Throws this ball deep. That ball's caught by the receiver and walks into the end zone.
Wow. Connor Weston had the defense completely fooled. It was at least 3 steps behind the defender. Great pass by Matt South. It's Connor Weston's 4th touchdown of the season. And Matt South's, it's only his 6th passing touchdown of the season.
Charles, you and I called Portland Charleston last week, and we both agreed that Matt South, though he made some mistakes, 3 interceptions, really played like a leader of that team, kept the offense honest and made sure he got the game done. And it looks like he's doing the same thing so far in this game.
Yeah, he's really pushing it to the defense of Louisiana. He's not intimidated at all.
And the point after attempt is blocked by Louisiana as they get a big push on the offensive line. and the ball gets kicked right into the back of one of their guards. So Portland not able to knot the game up yet. 7-6 now after that blocked extra point.
Yeah, you have to be clicking. Like I said, to beat Louisiana tonight, you have to be clicking on all aspects of your team, and that includes special teams.
So Portland going to kick the ball off to Louisiana after a very big drive, 2 plays, 37 yards that resulted in a passing touchdown. Louisiana going to bring this ball out and get past the 20 to the 25, up to the 29-yard line. And their offense is going to come out set up pretty well.
Let's see how the defense of Portland settles in here and see if they can keep Streeter from getting those big gains.
The offense going to take a minute in the huddle, figure out what they want to do. Now Johnny Pickler comes out under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to his right and 1 to the left. He's going to take a quick drop back, look over the middle. This ball's thrown and caught, taken out to the 38-yard line, where it is now 2nd and 3.
Yeah, plenty of time for Pickler again. The offensive line is doing a great job. Portland's going to need to do something, send a safety in or send an extra linebacker in, put some pressure on Pickler.
2nd and short from the 36-yard line for Louisiana. 1 back in the backfield is Streeter, 2 receivers out to the left. 4 down defensive linemen for Portland as the ball is taken out. He finds a hole but gets dragged down just a yard short.
Big 3rd and 1 for Portland. See if they can. Champion is there yet again for another tackle.
And the Portland Fleet have very good linebackers and a pretty decent defensive line. Let's see if they are able to stop Reggie Streeter here. Strong power eye, so it looks like Louisiana is going to go to him. This ball's handed to him right up the middle, and he gets stuffed for short. Just inches away from the line to gain. Robert Brower in there to stop him.
Yeah, the rookie Robert Brower, that was a huge stop against the best running back in the league right now.
So the Fleet force a 4th down, and it looks like Louisiana is going to punt, still have the lead, don't want to do anything crazy too early in the game. Punts the ball away, and back and awaiting is Portland. Ball is caught at about the 35, taken up to, the 25, taken up to the 28.
Portland's hanging in there. I like the way their play calls. I like how they're being aggressive and not being intimidated at all by Louisiana.
Matt South comes out and looks like he's walking with a little bit of swagger after that previous drive they had. He's going to take the snap from under center. Truesman, the lone back in the backfield, going to step back, but immediately get taken down 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like it was Luther gone once again.
That was Luther gone. For a second there, I thought that was Derek Genko. But if that was gone, that's his 15th sack of the season.
It looked like they did credit that sack to Luther Gone. 3 so far in this first half. Playing incredibly well for the Revolution. This ball's thrown and caught, taken up to the 29-yard line. 3rd and 9 now for the Fleet.
Yeah, you don't want to make a mistake on the Portland offense right now. Ball's deep in your own territory.
Matt South going to take this snap from under center. Truesman offset to the right in the backfield. South going to drop back to pass. Plenty of time, throws this to the sideline, but great play by the defense to knock the ball down, and they will force a 4th down. Portland with a big opportunity, just not able to make anything happen.
Rick Hard, the strong safety, just again showing another feat of athleticism. I'm amazed how the defensive backs in this league are able to have a sixth sense to tracking the ball.
Dominic Birkin back to punt for Portland. And after what seemed like a very quick first quarter, the second quarter moving kind of slow as teams slow down the pace a little bit. This ball brought up by the Revolution up to the 31-yard line, where Johnny Pickler and Reggie Streeter will get the ball again. A very dangerous offense.
Yeah, they're showing some balance. Pickler's thrown it 9 times, and Reggie Streeter has run it 9 times. So I really like their offensive play balance.
At their own 31-yard line to start this drive, going to come out with the strong power I. And Johnny Pickler going to change something up. Going to hand this ball to Streeter up the middle. He gets the opening and is able to bounce it outside for a gain of 6.
Yeah, nice gang tackling by Portland. The key here is if we still see that hustle and team tackling in the late third quarter and fourth quarter.
2nd and 4 now for Louisiana. Going to come out again in that strong power I. They seem to like that formation early. I think we're going to take some time before handing this ball to the Streeter, who gets the opening and bounces it out, takes it up to about the 50, just past it, going down at the 48. And, Portland's defensive line has got to play better. It has to plug up those holes and not let Streeter get open.
Yeah, talk about holes. Look at that. Look at that hole right up the middle for Reggie Streeter. That you can't give Reggie Streeter a hole like that, or he's going to burn you every day.
We talked about it a little bit earlier, but Leonard Butler Sr. and Rudy Ray Dunn, the 2 guards for the Revolution, and they got a really good push there to open up that hole for Louisiana. Again with the strong power I. This one's going straight up the gut. Streeter tries to bounce it outside, but taken down at the line of scrimmage. A great play by Portland's defense, and that was none other than Derwin Nuevo.
A nice read by Derwin Nuevo. Showed some athleticism there, overpowering the guard. They just need to keep up, be consistent on that front line.
2nd and 10 now for the Revolution. Just under 6 minutes left in this second quarter. Reggie Streeter offset to the left in the backfield. Pickler going to take a deep drop. Got plenty of time, throws this one over the middle, and it's almost picked off, but not able to get a hand on it is Portland and Chris Stack.
It looked like Pickler had to do a little sidearm action there to get rid of the ball, and it wasn't very accurate at all, and almost got a turnover.
Now 3rd and 10 for the Revolution. Quite a ways to go, but this is an offense that is able to get it if they want to. 2 receivers on each side for Pickler. Streeter alone in the backfield. Pickler going to take a deep drop, steps up in the pocket, but's going to get sacked and taken down for a 4-yard loss. Robert Brower in the backfield.
That's what they need to do. They got to get in the face of Johnny Pickler. Robert Brower did it on that play and recorded his 4th sack of the season.
So the Revolution are going to have to punt the ball away again, and Portland Fleet's offense will get another chance at this. Only down 1 point, about 5.5 minutes left to go in this second period, or quarter. Walter Melanishin awaits the snap. The snap is back and the punt is away for the Revolution. Fair catch called by Portland, and they will get the ball at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, Portland's showing some moxie tonight. I mean, they're not backing down on Louisiana, except for that blocked field goal. Extra point. The last series they had, they were playing great. Let's see what they can do here.
5 minutes left to go in this second quarter. Split backs in the backfield for South. 2 receivers to his right. He's going to turn around and hand this ball off. Taken up for a 3-yard gain is Truzman, now up to their own 22-yard line.
That's Truzman's only the second, maybe third attempt for John Truzman tonight. I think they need to feed him the ball a little bit more. They don't want to be predictable.
Offset I in the backfield. Only 1 receiver out to the left. This ball's handed to Truzman again. He gets the hole and is able to punch it ahead for about a gain of 4. But Truzman getting hit hard early, slow to get up on those first couple plays.
Yeah, he's going to get hit hard running up the middle against that Louisiana defense. But I think it's very smart to get him engaged in the offense, and now they're at a manageable 3rd and 3.
Offset I again for the Fleet. This time the receiver alone on the right. South going to take a drop back in the backfield, scramble to get a little extra time. And this ball is caught, thrown over the middle for a 1st down.
That was a cagey veteran move by Matt South there in the pocket. He took that one step away, gave him an extra second, just enough time to flip that ball out to his wide receiver and keep the drive going.
Yeah, and showing a little bit of faith in his offensive line as he actually turned his back to try and get away from the pressure that he felt coming on. This time going to take a deep drop in the backfield, but going to be taken down for another sack. This Louisiana defensive line just in Matt South's face so far pretty much all this game.
Yeah, I think that was Deontay Wilder that got his 4th sack of the season on that one. Yeah, they weren't going to have it this time. They weren't going to allow South to do a little footsie in the pocket this time.
And the Fleet going to come out in the strong power I. Going to hand this ball off to Truzman on the stretch. He's going to get to the outside, but only get a gain of a few. 3rd and 9 coming up.
3 minutes left in the half. I think they should be conservative here. Don't try and press it too far down the field.
And the crowd in Louisiana getting hyped up for this 3rd down play. Matt South in the shotgun. Truzman to his right. Going to take a drop, step up, and throw this to the sideline. But that ball is tipped by the defense and smacked down to the ground.
Yeah, nice defense by Louisiana, stopping the drive. They get the ball back with a couple minutes left. That's plenty of time. And let's see if the Portland defense can dig their heels in and keep Louisiana from putting some points on the board before the end of the half.
You can catch the SFL live every July through October and every January through April over the weekends and Monday nights on 11 Sports for the Fans and the SFL's YouTube and Twitch channels. Follow at Simulationfl on Twitter to always get the most up-to-date broadcast dates, times, and matchups so you don't miss a moment of the action. As Louisiana gets the punt and takes it up to their own 33-yard line, and their offense will come back out onto the field. Both of these defenses playing stingy so far in this game. Looks a lot like the 20-13 win that Portland had last week against Charleston, except this time Louisiana has just a bit of an upper hand. And Pickler going to be in the shotgun. Streeter to his right. Pickler going to stand up and throw this over the middle, but that ball is tipped up and picked off. And just a great play by Portland's defense to come up with that interception. Ryan Davis comes flying in there, just grabs the ball right before it can hit the ground, bounces off the leg of the receiver, B. Robo.
It looks like, was that Tank Bennett that got the interception?
Ryan Davis.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got the wrong number.
It's going to be an offset I formation for the Fleet. This ball's handed to Truzman, who's going to get the outside edge, and a little extra gets the 1st down for his offense up to the Louisiana 23-yard line. And with about 2.5 minutes left to go, they are knocking on the door of the end zone, Charles.
That was a great way to get the ball back, and they respond. A nice run for Truzman. Again, you got to keep him engaged in this game plan to keep Louisiana on their toes.
And John Truzman struggled in the conversion from fullback to running back for part of the season, but these last couple weeks has been playing very well for his team. This time South in the shotgun with Truzman off to his right. 2 receivers on either side. Going to take the drop back, throw this one quickly over the middle. That ball is taken to the 11-yard line. They get a 1st down and a free timeout with the 2-minute warning. You are watching the Simulation Football League on YouTube. Seven to 6 game right now with Louisiana in the lead, but Portland at Louisiana's 11-yard line. Offset I formation in the backfield. No receivers out wide for South. Gonna hand this ball off to Truzman, who thought he had an edge, but quickly filled by the linebacker and taken down at the line of scrimmage.
I think that Matt South could be having the best half of the entire season for him. His QBR is over 100. He's leading the team down the field. He's not intimidated at all by the Louisiana defense, and he's clicking tonight.
2 receivers out wide for South, taking the snap from under center. Going to drop back to pass. Has no time, throws this one over the middle, and it's caught by the tight end. I believe that was Nelson Lozano Jr. who got the reception in the 4-yard gain.
I don't know how he got rid of that ball. The defensive tackle was hanging on top of him. It's like he was standing on his shoulders. I don't know how he was able to get rid of that.
So Matt South gets another chance. Split backs in the backfield. 2 receivers out to his left for this 3rd and 6 play. Going to take a deep drop, throw this one over the middle, and that ball is caught. Not into the end zone, but got a first down. Now 1st and goal at the Louisiana 1. Going to go in the hurry up. Matt South under center, throws to the sideline. The ball is caught over the head of the defender, and Portland just took the lead with a touchdown.
That was impressive drive. Gene Valentine has his 2nd touchdown of the season. Matt South his 7th, and Matt South again is just he's playing like a completely different quarterback.
Yeah, after that play, Matt South 15 for 21, 137 yards and 2 touchdowns, just playing lights out for his team these last few weeks. And Portland going to go ahead and try and kick this extra point. Their previous one blocked, which is what caused them to be down by 1. Now 12 and 7, awaiting the extra point. Snap is back. This kick is up, and it is good. So the extra point is good for Portland this time around. 13-7 lead with just 47 seconds left in this 2nd quarter.
It's just amazing, Rob. I'm really impressed with Portland and their offensive play.
Yeah, Portland already eliminated from the playoffs at 2-8, but trying to play the upset game as they did last week against Charleston, and so far doing a good job at it. This kick is off and brought out of the end zone. Going to get just up to the 20, where he will be taken down.
Well, on the flip side, we were talking about how hot Matt South is. Johnny Pickler, after going 5 for 5. He's only completed 1 of 6 passes in this latter part of the first half.
Johnny Pickler will bring his offense back out on the field. It looks like they are going to be in the strong power I once again. It's been working pretty well for them, but Johnny Pickler going to change up the play. Try and get the defense to jump off sides before handing this ball off to Streeter. Streeter's got the opening. He's going to get to the sideline but be taken down, and they're going to quickly use a timeout.
What can you say? All night, the offensive line of Louisiana has been blocking, the lights out of the Portland defensive line and giving great holes for Streeter to run.
Now 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. Only 38 seconds left to go. Still a lot of ways to go to try and get some points before this drive is over. But they're going to keep at the strong power I. Pickler going to try and get the defense to jump off sides before handing this ball to Streeter. And the defense fills the hole quickly and takes him down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're stuck in this play formation unless the clock stops. It's not necessarily the best position to be in for Louisiana.
And they try to go to Streeter on the stretch play, taken down at the line of scrimmage once again. 3rd and 10 for the Revolution. This ball's handed to Streeter up the middle. He drags the defender, but not able to get the momentum he needs. Taken down just 4 yards short. And that will be the end of the 2nd quarter as they go into the locker rooms. Portland up 13-7. I mean, Charles, there's a lot you can talk about in this game, so I'm just going to let you take it away.
I'm going to start off with Matt South. I mean, he is being quite the field general tonight for Portland. He's switched up the momentum of the offense to keep Louisiana on their heels, going hurry up. Didn't put points on the board, but it kept them guessing, and he was able to capitalize on some great downfield throws. They got Truzman engaged a little bit in the latter part of the second half. hats off to the offensive coordinator for Portland, and they've come up with a really solid game plan, and they're not showing any fear, any intimidation over these the Louisiana team.
And you gave some praise to Matt South there, but how about the counterpart? The defensive line for the Louisiana Revolution: 3 sacks by Luther Gahn, 1 by Deontay Wilder, and 1 by the linebacker Chuck Diesel. I mean, they've just been all over South all game, and to stay in the pocket with that kind of poise has just been incredible to see.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's showing veteran savvy, standing in that pocket strong, and he's getting hit by the defensive lineman and still able to do a dump pass off and get a positive gain. Not many quarterbacks in the SFL can do that.
And you got Reggie Streeter for the Revolution doing what he does best: 84 yards on 16 carries along with 21. When he's found that hole, that opening, he is gone, and there hasn't been much Portland's been able to do about it because of the blocking.
Yeah, I mean, they could just, in the second half, it wouldn't be, it would be pretty wise to just put the ball on Streeter and have him run to victory, because they haven't shown an ability to stop him, especially when he does that off tackle run.
And one of the key things so far in this game, the Louisiana Revolution on third down, 0 for 6, have not been able to get it done when it comes to third down situations. And Portland capitalizes off of that to take a 13-7 lead. But Louisiana will get a chance to find the end zone here as they get the ball first. We get ready for kickoff in the second half of the action. Kicker David John going to signal to his team and kick this ball away. We are good to go for the second half of this game as even Arthur brings this one out past the 25 up to the 30 and gets taken down at the 32-yard line.
I'm kind of shocked. I have to say this, but Louisiana needs to not to panic and just stay within their game plan. And I think if they keep pounding the ball against Portland, I don't know if they're going to be able to have the gas, the wind to keep to keep in there and keep Louisiana from making positive gains.
Pickler's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Streeter in the backfield, going to step back and throw this ball over to Streeter, who's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage, taken down for a loss of 2 as he was swarmed by a fleet of Portland defenders.
I believe that was the first pass to Streeter tonight. That's interesting. I mean, he's a danger anywhere, any way you use him. He's a great receiver on the swing pass, and we've seen what he can do off tackle and up the middle.
Going to go with a strong power I for 2nd and 12 at their own 30-yard line. And this ball is handed off to Streeter. He found that outside edge once again due to the blocking and gets ahead to the 37. 3rd and 4 upcoming for the Revolution. And as we said, coming out of the half, 0 for 6 on third down. So this is a big play for Louisiana.
Nice patient running by Reggie Streeter, allowing his offensive line to get the block set and just follow him patiently down outside off tackle.
Pickler under center, 2 receivers to this left, throws it deep downfield, and the ball is caught, taken across to Portland's 43-yard line. And great job by receiver Mike Twinscrew, able to run that little post route and find an opening in the middle of the field.
The Twinscrew has shown an ability to run very crisp routes, and that's quite the luxury when you have on a third down and medium, third down and long. Twinscrew is going to be where he needs to be.
So with a fresh set of downs, the Revolution come back out on offense. Pickler going to take this snap from the shotgun. Streeter to his left. I'm going to drop back to pass. Throws this one deep down the field. That ball's tipped up and almost picked off, but not able to pull it in was the strong safety, Shad Allen.
Yeah, they're going to beat Louisiana, they're going to need to pull those in. That was a dangerous pass, and Louisiana dodged the bullet on that.
2nd and 10 upcoming for the Revolution at Portland's 43-yard line. They got to play smart here and get some points on the board. Streeter going to take the snap under center. 3 receivers out to his right. Pickler going to drop back to pass, but hit as he went to throw, so this ball will be incomplete. Robert Brawler in on the pass breakup, forcing a 3rd and 10 for the Fleet defense.
Yeah, it looks like Robert Brower starting to heat up on that defensive line. And we saw him in a couple plays get in the face of Pickler. I mean, got one sack, and on this one, forced the ball to go into the ground.
3rd and 10 for the Revolution, and Pickler's got 2 receivers on each side of the field. Streeter, a lone man in the backfield. Pickler going to take a deep drop back, wait for a second, throw this one over the middle. That ball is tipped down to the ground, and Pickler also takes a big hit when he throws the ball.
That's what you need to do to beat Louisiana. We were talking about the front line for Louisiana and how great they've been playing, and it looks like the Portland defensive line starting to heat up as well.
4th and 10. The Revolution will have to punt this ball away again. Walter Melanishin awaiting the snap. And the snap is back. His punt is away. So this ball is going to come out, and they're going to decide not to try and cover it as this ball bounces into the end zone. A Revolution special teams player missed the chance to stop the ball right around the 4-yard line.
I can't wait to see how if Matt South can, the quarterback of Portland, can keep that fire burning in this second half.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Just over 9 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter. Going to go with an offset eye in the backfield. No receivers out wide for South. Going to hand this ball off to Truzman, who's going to get to the sideline and get a 1st down before going down now at their own 30.
Great way to open up the second half. Your first possession. Nice run by Truzman, going off tackle there. And good look. You can't forget the blocking of the lead blocking of the fullback there. Gave him that extra 3 to 5 yards.
Yeah, Truzman showing a burst of speed there, as I thought maybe Luther Gond was going to catch him before he could get momentum. But Truzman turns those afterburners on and gets past the defensive tackle. Trips to the right for Portland. And South is going to take a deep drop, throw this one towards the sideline. That ball is picked off by the defense, and he's got nothing but green in front of him. Going to take this one into the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow. Rolliman Hood got his 6th interception of the season, his 2nd touchdown of the season, and that was just a bad play by Matt South. Maybe the wide receiver did a bad route, but shouldn't have thrown that. Should have got rid of it or maybe dumped it off short.
Yeah, I think Rolliman Hood from the start of that throw saw the end zone in his future. Nobody in front of him. I think the first guy was probably a good 5 yards or so away. So now Matt Finnick going to come out to kick this extra point game, currently tied up. So if they hit it, it will take a 1-point lead once again. Awaiting the snap. Snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. So the score now 14-13. Louisiana takes the lead, but Portland gets a chance to come back out on offense and right the wrong.
Yeah, Louisiana took the wind out of their sails. Curious to see how Matt South and the Portland offense respond after that mistake.
Matt Finnick for the Revolution, about to kick this ball off. Back awaiting is Art Vandelay for the Fleet. Ball not going to make it to the end zone, so going to be brought out past the 20 up to the 25. Tried to get around the defenders, but not able to. So that's where the drive will start. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Just under 8.5 to go in this 3rd quarter. Offset I formation in the backfield for the Fleet. This ball is going to be handed to Truzman, who's going to try and take it up the middle. Only gets about 2 before going down.
I like the fact that they're getting Truzman involved a lot. Truzman involved a lot more in this second half.
Now 2nd and 8 for the Fleet at their own 27-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. 4 down linemen for Louisiana. And South is going to throw this one quickly over the middle. That ball is caught and taken across for a 1st down. And a little bit more at their own 38-yard line now for this next play.
Yeah, nice play. Nice route run by Art Vandelay. They're responding. I mean, it doesn't look like that mistake has set them back at all, and they're still, moving it down the field.
Offset I formation again for the Fleet. One receiver out to the right. South going to drop back, throw this one quickly. A quick curl route for the Fleet will get them about 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
I like it how they're mixing up the play between pass and run. Let's see what they do here on 2nd and 6.
Still got plenty of time left in this game for both teams. A 1-point game. It's been close pretty much the whole time. This time going to be trips to the right of Matt South. Trusman, the lone guy in the backfield. South going to take a deep drop, throw this one towards the middle. The ball is caught and taken across into Louisiana territory at the 37.
Look, that was Connor Weston on that route. I mean, another crisp route running by the Portland wide receiver. Matt South looked like he knew he was going to go there from the snap and didn't take his eyes off Weston and just put a nice pass there right in the bread box.
Now on Louisiana's side of the 50, Portland has a 1st and 10. 2 receivers on each side for South. And Trusman is the lone back in the backfield. South going to take a quick drop, roll out to the side, throw this one over the middle, but that ball is picked off again by Louisiana. And Matt South just makes mistake after mistake so far in this second half.
Yeah, we said at the top of the game, you got to stay out of that middle. I mean, they've got 2 guys, Chuck Diesel and Blake Craze, that are going to make you pay. And on that case, it looked like that was Blake Craze that brought in his 3rd interception of the season.
Louisiana has the ball at their own 28-yard line. Going to come out and go into the strong power I. One receiver out wide for Pickler. This ball's going to be handed off to Streeter, but Portland crowds the line, takes up all the blockers, and a linebacker are able to come in there and just crush Streeter at the line of scrimmage.
Streeter is closely approaching the 100-yard mark so far, early here in the 3rd quarter. I'm actually surprised he's had that much yards rushing.
Shotgun for Pickler. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. 4 defensive linemen for the Fleet. Pickler going to take a deep drop, throw this one over the middle. That ball is caught. I thought it was going to be picked off by the defense, but a great play by Chase Earl to pull that ball in.
That was a heck of a pass by Johnny Pickler. Chase Earl was blanketed by 2 defenders, and he just rifled it in there. Small window, got it in perfectly, and moving the chains.
Pickler 9 for 17, 83 yards, a touchdown and an interception. But playing with a lot of poise so far on this drive. Split backs in the backfield. Going to take this snap from under center and turn around and hand this ball off to Streeter, who's going to find the hole, but only get about 2 yards on the play down at the 44.
Louisiana's mixing it up as well on their side of the ball. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, right now it looks like the Portland defense is a little on their heels.
2nd and 8 upcoming for the Revolution. Pickler going to be under center, offset I in the backfield. Going to take a deep drop on this play, throw this one over the middle. That ball is caught by the receiver and taken down immediately at their 35-yard line.
Yet another great route run by Mike Twinscrew. And it looked like Johnny Pickler was going to pass to him from the snap. Just let the route develop. Great blocking up front and nice soft pass into the seam.
And Portland doing something so far in this 3rd quarter that they need to get in check. They got to stop Louisiana from moving freely down the field as they have so far. Offset I once again for Louisiana. 2 receivers, 2 Picklers left. He's going to take another deep drop, look over, throw this one to the sideline. That ball is caught by the receiver. He's not going to be taken down. He's running down the sideline, breaks another tackle, and goes out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
Great effort by Saren Storm on that. It looked like it was going to get deflected or maybe even intercepted. I don't know how the ball got in there, but very impressive run after catch for Saren Storm.
Number 44, Bob Funk, the defender that was on Saren Storm, as you said, had the chance to pick the ball off, but wasn't set up in the right position, couldn't get his hands there, and it costs big for the Fleet. Now backed up into their own end zone. Portland 8-yard line, first and goal for the Revolution. Strong power I, and this ball is going to be handed off to Streeter. Streeter's going to go inside, but then bounce back outside for a touchdown.
I mean, that's what that playoff teams do. They make you pay for your mistakes. And the interception that Portland threw on their last possession, Louisiana made them pay. It was a great series of a mix between run and pass. Just drove down the field, and it didn't look like there was any pressure at all by the Portland defense.
And Louisiana came out into the second half down by 6, but scores back-to-back touchdowns to go up pending the extra point. And Portland's offense has got to come out and forget those mistakes.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, 2 in a row. They have to. I think they need to stop throwing in the middle.
The snap is back, the kick is up, and it is good for the Revolution. A 21-13 lead now, as we're going to see what Matt South and his offense can do after back-to-back interceptions and just really big mistakes on their part. Matt Finnick awaiting the kickoff signals to his team, make sure they're ready, and this ball is going to be away. Art Vandelay waiting for it, gets it at about the 1-yard line, going to bring it out, get up to the 25-yard line, 26 officially, where he will be taken down.
Decent field position for Portland, for Matt South to start from. And he, like I said before, he needs to be a little less predictable on his pass selection.
4 minutes left to go in this second quarter. Portland's got plenty of time. If they choose to, they ought to just slow down the game a little bit and just make sure they're making the smart plays. I formation. South's going to drop back and throw this one to Truzman. Truzman's going to get up to the line of scrimmage and push a couple guys a few yards ahead. Now 2nd and 8.
Great effort by Truzman. I thought he was going to be dead to rights in the backfield, but he was able to get a couple out of it. Not the prettiest play, but it's great. Good thing it didn't turn out to be a loss.
At their own 28-yard line, 2nd and 8 for the offense. Offset I in the backfield. One receiver out to the right. South going to take a minute and read the defense before handing this ball off to Truzman, and the blocker just gets blown up. Truzman taken down for a loss in the backfield.
That was pure power. That was right from the start. I mean, the poor guard has got to be shaking his head and trying to figure out how he can stop that behemoth from getting through.
3rd and 10 now for the Fleet. Nothing in the backfield. 2 receivers on each side. South going to take a deep drop, throw this one over the middle. That ball is caught, taken up to the 49-yard line, and they get a breath of fresh air, and also just a chance to kind of hush the crowd, really.
Yeah, Connor Weston did a nice post route there. It got 2 steps ahead of the defender, and Matt South got rid of the ball quickly and decisively.
Now at their own 49-yard line, clock ticking down in this third quarter, 2:40 left to go. Going to go with the strong power I on this 1st and 10. South going to try to get the defense to jump off. They won't, so hands this ball off to Truzman, who's going to power ahead for a gain of 7.
Nice run by Truzman. It's his 10th attempt for the game. Maybe his 11th, but I still maintain that they need to keep feeding him the ball as well. Can't forget your halfback.
The Portland Fleet driving downfield pretty effectively so far in this drive. Just 3 yards to go to get another 1st down, and they're going to come out again in the strong power I. This ball handed off to Truzman. Going to find the open hole and get a 1st down, but immediately he's crushed by the safety, Tank Bennett.
Nice blocking up front. Truzman wasn't able to take it to the 2nd level, but he got a 1st down out of it. That's all that matters.
1st and 10 at the Louisiana 40-yard line, and this is where Portland's got to play extra smart. They are knocking on the door of at least field goal range, and they need the points big. Strong power I for the Fleet. South going to throw this one over to Truzman. Truzman going to get across the line of scrimmage and a gain of 4. before being hit by Chuck Diesel.
I couldn't get the number of the wide receiver, but it looked like, I think it was Connor Weston was wide open at the top of the screen.
Matt South a little uncomfortable in the backfield. Seems to maybe not want to throw deep after that couple interception mistakes, but hands this ball off to Truzman. Truzman is going to get the first down for his offense now at the Louisiana 29. And
Nice work.
this drive so far, Charles, has really just been the John Truzman show.
I love it. I mean, he's can show some success when you give him the ball. I mean, right up the middle there, and that's not an easy feat to do against Louisiana with with the defensive line and those two stud linebackers.
We get a look at the numbers of Connor Weston: 7 receptions off of 9 targets for over 100 yards. Just doing big things for this offense. And South going to take a step back, throw this one over to the sideline. That ball is caught and taken up for a gain of 8.
Smart play. That's a smart play to do right after a run up the middle. A conservative out route. You get positive gains and you keep the defense trying to figure out what you're going to do next.
2nd and short now for this Portland offense. Going to come out in the offset I formation. 4 down defensive linemen for Louisiana. And Truzman gets back to the line of scrimmage and is immediately taken down. And I think they're going to go ahead and let this quarter run out. Charles, their offense got going, but they got to keep going headed into this 4th quarter.
Now, that was great reaction speed by Chuck Diesel there. I thought that John Truzman was going to have a clear hole and get a big gain there, but that was shut down quickly.
I am Robert Garrett Jr. Alongside of me is Charles Doherty, David and KT Horrell in the stats truck pushing the buttons for us and getting us the right numbers. I formation for the Fleet. South going to take a drop back, throw this one over the middle, and that ball is tipped up by Blake Craze. I don't think he was expecting the ball. He could have had another interception there.
Well, I don't know how he couldn't have seen Blake Craze standing there. That's a big specimen, hard to miss, and that's not where you want to be throwing the ball.
Blake Craze standing in the middle of the field at 6'5", 265 pounds, as you said, a big linebacker, and just another mistake made by Matt South. Now facing a 4th and 2, and the Fleet are most likely going to come out and take the points. No, they're going to come out in the strong power I formation. Let's see if they can get them to jump. But Louisiana showing patience. Going to continue to try to get the defense to jump, and it looks like they're probably going to use a timeout here. I don't agree with this move here, Charles. You're not down by much. It's a close game in the 4th quarter, and you're going to go ahead and use a timeout there.
If anything, I would have actually snapped it and gone for it. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. You're 2-8, going up against the 8-2 team.
So they take the timeout, and they're going to bring on the kicker, David John, to take a field goal attempt. Going to be about a 38-yard attempt for the rookie. 14-14 on the season. He awaits the snap. The snap is back. The kick is up. And it is good from 37. So the Portland Fleet closed the gap just a little bit. 21-16 now the score. But Louisiana gets the ball back, and their offense on that last drive was really clicking.
Yeah, but I think it was important, though, that Portland at least put something up on the board there. They're only down by 5, and they're hanging in there tough.
Just at the start of the 1st quarter, Louisiana is going to get the ball back. If you want to join the league, get your player position locked and loaded today through our Discord server in the SFL minor leagues, SFLM. There's more opportunities than ever to be the player you've always wanted to be. Join the Discord community through www.simulationfl.net. The 2nd season of the minor leagues start Friday, October 9th. Contact Deputy Commissioner Andrew Rastelli on Discord for more information.
This is when we see what kind of shape the defense of Portland is in. I mean, now I think they're gonna do a heavy dose of Reggie Streeter, and at this point of the game, you're probably going to be gasping for air.
Louisiana brings the ball out to their own 26-yard line, where they will take the first snap. Offset I formation for Pickler, but he's going to drop back to pass. Plenty of time, throws this ball over the middle, and it's almost picked off, but the receiver's got it. Saren Storm going down the field, takes it to the 23 where he's taken down.
That was, well, so much for feeding it to Streeter. That was a great play, though. Saren Storm ran a great route, and the coverage wasn't that bad. It's just that the pass from Johnny Pickler was perfect.
And Saren Storm, the second-year player coming last season from London. I had the chance to be his teammate, and Portland got lucky there that he didn't turn on the afterburner. Saren Storm, quite a lot of speed, and they were able to drag him down at the 23-yard line. Offset I for Louisiana, going to hand this ball to Streeter, who's going to get 2 yards on the play before being taken down.
Yeah, Portland is in a tough spot right now. I mean, well within scoring for Louisiana, at least 3 points. I think they're going to need to get a little aggressive here, maybe force a turnover.
Just a couple minutes have gone by so far in this fourth quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Revolution. Strong power I. Ball going to be handed to Streeter. He's going to get the outside edge and a little bit more. He's going to foot race into the end zone, taken down at the 1-yard line. And I don't know. I thought he might have gotten the ball across the plane there, Charles.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I love the way the blocking. Well, I can't see it on that. But the blocking on the edge was set perfectly for Streeter, allowing him to bounce out. Now, I think he might not have got in, but I think that was a good call.
Amon takes the one that saves the touchdown from happening. Now at their own 1-yard line, this Portland defense has got to play locked down. They're going to come out with 3 receivers spread out, 2 to the right of Pickler. Streeter, lone man in the backfield, is going to be handed right up the middle for a touchdown.
Yeah, they make it look easy peasy. That's the 20th touchdown for Reggie Streeter, league leading 20th touchdown. Look at that hole. It's just incredible. The offensive line is doing a great job for Louisiana.
In the YouTube chat here, I see Leonard Butler Sr. say, part the C offense, and that's exactly what they did. Offensive line gets a great push on the defense, able to open that hole up for Streeter, who takes it into the end zone. Now up 27-16, pending the extra point. The snap is back. The kick is up and good by Matt Finnick. So 28-16 the score. And Portland's starting to look like they're in a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, I think they're starting to maybe get a little winded on defense, and then on offense. They had a decent drive last time. Let's see what they do here. See if they can put some more points up. But I haven't given up on them yet.
9 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Louisiana's going to kick the ball off. Art Vandelay back waiting for it for the Fleet. Going to get this ball at about the 4-yard line and bring it out. Gets past the 25, almost up to the 30. And that is where his offense is going to come back out.
I think now might be a good time for them just to throw in a little bit of hurry up till they get a first down, and then maybe go back with another a formation. But they got to do something there to get some energy on that offense.
2 receivers out wide for the Fleet, 1 on each side of South. Truzman alone in the backfield. South going to take a quick drop, throw this one to the sideline. That ball is caught by the receiver and taken out officially for a 6-yard gain.
Smart play on first down, wide open, nice route by Valentine. And 2nd and 4, they've got plenty of options. You can't forget Truzman at this point either. I mean, they're still in the game, 9 minutes on the clock. Can't leave your running back out.
2nd and 4 upcoming for the Fleet. Going to come out in the strong power I. 1 receiver out to the left, but this ball's going to be handed to Truzman, who's going to bounce it out to the outside and get the first down for his offense now at the 41-yard line.
Nice blocking up front. Truzman has not yet been able to take it to that next level once he gets through past the the line of scrimmage.
Strong power I coming up once again for the Fleet. But South's going to drop back and throw this one over to Truzman. Got to come back to the ball. It gets crushed for a 2-yard loss behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know if that's the move for Portland right now, backed up against the clock.
No, I don't think that is. And I don't think that's what they intended to do on that play. I just think the secondary of Louisiana was playing some great defense, and the pressure was starting to mount on South. He had to get rid of the ball.
South going to come out under center with a receiver on each side and stand up and take a quick drop, throw this one over to the sideline, and that ball's going to be caught, but they didn't get very much there. 3rd and 8 upcoming for the offense, and what is maybe not a must-have first down yet, but getting very close to it.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't if they're not able to make the first down. I mean, they should go for it. Why not?
A bunch formation to the left for South. South going to drop back to pass, throw this ball over the middle, and it's almost picked off. All kinds of Revolution defenders there on the play. I think the ball was attempted for Gene Valentine.
It was intended for Gene Valentine, but there are like 8 defenders that had a shot at intercepting that.
I believe the man that will get credited for the pass deflection is once again Blake Craze, who has been all over the field, especially in the passing game. Dominic Birkin back to punt once again for the Fleet. The snap is back and the punt is away. This ball going to be brought out by Even Arthur. Fumbles the ball and Portland's going to fall on it. They get the ball back and bring their offense out on the Louisiana 24-yard line. Big plays made by the special teams there. It gives the offense one more chance here.
That's exactly what they needed to stay in this ball game, is force a turnover like that. They're well within field goal range. They need to walk away with something on the board.
7.5 minutes left to go in this game. Portland now has the ball on the Louisiana 24, offset I formation. One receiver alone to the left. This ball going to be handed to Truzman. He's going to try to truck a guy, but decides to run right by him instead. Gets a gain of 7. Now 2nd and 3 coming up, and they're in the Louisiana red zone.
Nice run on first down. It's not quite as sexy as Streeter, but I mean 7 yards. I mean, it's great having 2nd and 3 for that for Matt South.
Offset I formation coming up once again for the Fleet. 3 yards to go for the first down. South going to hand this ball off to Truzman, who's going to take it back up the middle and gets the first down up to the Louisiana 12.
Nice running by Truzman. Love it how he just lowers his head and is just looking for somebody to knock on their keister.
And what about the veteran presence there by Truzman? It was originally drawn up as a stretch play to the outside, but Truzman sees the linebackers bite on it and flows back inside. This ball handed off to Truzman again, who's going to get a gain of 1 before being absolutely crushed by Chuck Diesel.
Chuck Diesel is a beast. Both Diesel and Craze they know how to light up the ball carrier. I mean, Blake Craze has got 10 tackles tonight. Chuck Diesel's got 6.
2nd and 9 upcoming for the Fleet offense. Split backs in the backfield. South's going to scan the defense a little bit before dropping back to pass, throwing this one into the end zone. That ball's caught for a touchdown. Gene Valentine once again to bring this score closer.
That's exactly what they needed. They capitalized on the turnover, got a touchdown. They're well within. They've got a good handle on this game so far. Now the pressure's on Louisiana.
So Portland going to be coming out to kick the extra point with 6 minutes left to go. They have plenty of time. Their defense doesn't have to stress and try to do anything crazy. They just have to make a stop.
You're really impressed with Matt South, too. I mean, he's made a couple mistakes throwing in the middle, but in some of those deep passes he's done it on the corner route and post routes, just perfect.
The snap is back, and the kick is good for Portland on the extra point. 28-23 now the score. 6 minutes left to go in this game. If you want more SFL action while the games are not happening, our Discord community has podcasts, articles, and highlights about the league, its team, and its players. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Simulationfl and visit our website at simulationfl.net for more news, features, and information. the kick is away. Will be brought out of the end zone by Even Arthur up past the 20. He's going to spin, make a guy miss, and he's got plenty of open room. He's going to break another tackle and gets all the way up to the 42-yard line before going down. And man, Charles, that's a big mistake for Portland to make here.
And now it's a great way for the Louisiana special teams to bounce back after that mistake they made. They've got the offense in good field position, and now it's just a matter of clock management.
Just under 6 minutes to go in this game. They have the ball at their own 42-yard line. Plenty of room to go on the field, but shorten the distance by quite a bit. Offset I formation. Pickler going to drop back and throw this one deep down the field. That ball is caught by the receiver, and a diving attempt to make the catch.
So I'm going to say something opposite now. I'm saying they should probably throw it deep. Because every time I say they should run, they wind up proving me wrong and throwing a deep pass.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if you're going to have to go buy a new crystal ball, Charles.
Yeah, I know. Mine's got a crack in it.
1st and 10 upcoming for the Revolution at Portland's 38-yard line. Coming out with the strong power I. Only 3 defensive linemen down for the Fleet. Ball going to be handed off to Streeter up the middle. Going to bounce it out to the outside. Tries to make some open room, but gets taken down just 2 yards short of the first down.
Frank Champion, that was his 6th tackle tonight. That was a key tackle for Portland. I didn't think he was going to get there in time, and I thought that Streeter had daylight all the way to the end zone.
2nd and short coming up for the Revolution offense. Strong power I. Ball handed off to Streeter. Streeter tries to take it to the outside, but gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. And Portland's defense saw that one coming very quickly.
Then Champion again. He's all over the place. The linebackers on both sides for both teams, are playing lights out tonight.
5-point game currently with 4.5 minutes left to go. 3rd and 2 for the Revolution. Strong power I once again. Let's see if Portland's defense can replicate last play. Pickler going to try to get the offense to jump. And hands this ball off to the Streeter to the outside. Streeter going to get dragged down again just past the line of scrimmage. This time gets a gain of 1. Now at Portland's 29-yard line, they'll most likely bring out the kicking team and should make it an 8-point game.
Yeah, Matt Fennick, his longest is 49. This is well within his range. He's 11 for 11 this season.
And they will bring Matt Fennick out on the field. Gets set up and ready to kick this ball away. Taking some time off the clock. The snap is back. The kick is up. And it is good from 46. So they do put a little bit more on the scoreboard. Now an 8-point lead by Louisiana.
Good way to answer for Louisiana, respond after that touchdown and that the mistake on special teams. Now all the pressure's on Portland. They've got to get it in the end zone and go for a 2-pointer. And
to see why it's an 8-point lead, you got to look back to the first quarter. Portland scores the touchdown, but the extra point is blocked, so only putting 6 on the scoreboard. That's now coming back to bite them as the kickoff is brought out to the 22-yard line.
I would, if I had a chance to talk to Matt South right now, I'd say do not throw it in the middle.
Matt South has made his mistakes so far in this game. 26 for 36, 3 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Is going to have nobody in the backfield this time to drop back to throw, but going to dodge out of a sack, throw this one towards the sideline, and that ball is caught by the receiver and immediately rolled out of bounds. Just an amazing play by quarterback and receiver there.
I said it before, not many quarterbacks in this league could survive an impact like Matt South has all night tonight. Was able to stand in there calmly after getting hit by the defensive tackle and was able just to deliver a perfect strike downfield.
And Rolliman Hood was looking for his second interception of the game, but jumps just a little too early onto the ball, and the receiver able to come up with it. So now at their own 43-yard line, 3.5 minutes left to go in this game. Matt South is under center. Split backs in the backfield. Gonna throw this one over the middle of the field, and the defender makes a play on the receiver to take him down.
Please don't throw it in the middle. But to your point, though, earlier, Rollerman Hood he's a solid veteran cornerback, and being able to get the ball in there as accurately as South did on that last pass is just incredible.
Truesman, the lone back in the backfield, offset to the left. Two receivers to the left of South. South going to throw this one over the middle again, and Blake Craze once again gets his hand up and puts the ball into the ground, just continuing to test the linebackers of Louisiana, and they continue to pass.
Yeah, they're passing with flying colors. I mean, Blake Craze is like a skyscraper there in the middle of the field.
Not much the receivers could do there. They were all behind Blake Craze, trying to find an opening in the zone, not able to. So now looking at a 3rd and 10 with just under 3.5 minutes left to go in this game. They still have some time, but they got to play it smart. They can't make any mistakes. South going to be under center with Bunch to his right. Step back to pass, throw this one again over the middle. That time it is caught, but only gets a gain of 7 up to midfield at the 50.
I'd go for it, Robert.
And the percentages on throwing so far in the field, most of the targets have been over the middle, and Blake Craze has stopped most of them. So let's see if they change it up here on 4th and 3. The snap is back. South going to get sacked in the backfield.
Wow.
None other than Luther Gond, who may have just drove the stake into the ground.
I believe that's his 15th sack of the season, and he is just he's putting his name out there for rookie defender of the year.
Luther Gond, 5 tackles, 4 sacks, 5 tackles for loss in the game. Just been playing nonstop and really just been in Matt South's pocket all game. So Louisiana, with just under 3 minutes left to go, going to try to run as much clock as they can here. Strong power high. The ball's going to go to Streeter, who's going to get to the outside, get a gain of 5 before being taken down. Now at Portland's 39, but they're going to let the clock tick down.
Yeah, Louisiana's in the driver's seat here. You can't make a mistake. You know, they've got the best running back in the league. They're in a perfect spot here. Odds are in their favor. Just run it down.
And Portland, earlier on in the 3rd quarter, used the timeout trying to get Louisiana to jump off sides. And you got to wonder if that's coming back to burn them, if they wish they had that extra timeout. Strong power eye again by the Revolution. One receiver down to the right side. Ball going to be handed to Streeter right up the middle and just gets eaten up at the line of scrimmage. This defensive line not giving up for Portland.
Yeah, they may be able to, if they hold them here, I'm curious to see what Louisiana does on offense.
We have reached the 2-minute warning. Louisiana up 31-23, but Portland not giving up on the heartbreak for Louisiana. We will be right back after this. And strong power eye once again for the Revolution. 4 down defensive linemen for Portland. Ball going to be handed to Streeter, who gets the outside edge and got plenty of room to go. Going to break through a tackle, get up to the 10, finally going to be dragged down by the defender. Dakota Johansson may have just saved the game for now for the Fleet.
Yeah, that definitely hurt Portland. The odds are just completely leaning towards Louisiana now. I mean, deep in their own territory, trying to keep Streeter out of the end zone. It's at this point seems like a near impossible feat.
And to take a look at the over-under, 52.5. They've done their best, but got over the over. But Louisiana not able to cover the spread so far. Had 20.5, but not quite there. Streeter's going to break open, make a man miss, and walk into the end zone. Takes an even bigger lead now. With 1:49 left to go, I think Portland's pretty much done for here, Charles.
Yeah, I alluded to this in the first half. Reggie Streeter's much harder to tackle in the second half than he is in the first half. I mean, he wears you out, and he, he's just relentless.
So Louisiana gonna come out and kick the extra point. Matt Finnick is back and getting ready to kick it in. They await the snap. Snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. So now the score 38-23. And I mean, a minute 49 left to go. Portland still has some time. See if they can get anything done. Just kind of a high note to end the game on.
Yeah, they got to score quickly, Robert.
Revolution and Matt Finnick ready to kick this ball away. Art Vandelay back waiting for it. The kick is away and brought out at about the 3-yard line. Gets past the 25 up to the 30 where he will be taken down, and Portland gets pretty good field position for what should be the last drive of the game.
They got to manage their play selection on the outside there, keep the ball out from the middle, stop the clock, run out of bounds. They've only got one timeout left as well.
Matt South has bunched to his right, one receiver out to the left, and Trusman alone in the backfield. South going to take a deep drop, throw this one quickly to the sideline, and the receiver not able to pull in the ball.
Yeah, they're going to need to go. They're going to need to push it. Unfortunately, they're going to need to try and push it a little deeper than that.
A minute 41 still on the clock. 2nd and 10 for the Fleet. Going to go with an empty set in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side of South. South going to take this snap from under center. And Louisiana is really crowding the line of scrimmage here. South going to take a deep drop, throw this one over the middle, and that ball is caught just past the 50 at the 47. And they're going to use their last timeout.
Great pass by South there over the middle there. Just barely got it over the defender's hands.
And it seemed like Louisiana was really setting Portland up for victory on that play. No safety back in the back for the defense. So extra time to find an open receiver and throw that back there. Now 1st and 10 from Louisiana, 47, a minute and a half left to go in this game. South going to take a deep drop back, look for an open man, throws this one over the middle. That ball is caught and taken down for a gain of 4. But Blake Cray is not letting that one go without a little interruption himself. Now Portland going to run the hurry up. South going to drop back to throw this one again over the middle for a gain of 4. Now 3rd and 2 for the Fleet at Louisiana's 39.
Yeah, not sure this is the best formation for them.
South takes another drop, throws this one again over the middle, and that ball is caught once again by the receiver. I believe that one was Nelson Lozano Jr., but they're going to continue trucking downfield with these short routes. South's going to take another deep drop, throws this one deep down the field, but the receiver not able to get there. And the one good thing about that is it stops the clock for the Fleet.
Yeah, and it gives them an opportunity to switch out that play because that was clearly wasn't working.
And it gives both the offense and the defense a chance to catch their breath as well. Back-to-back action. Players were starting to get a little bit tired. Going to go with empty set in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right for South. He's going to take drop in the shotgun, throw this one over the middle, and that ball is not going to be caught. Great play by the defense to jar that ball loose.
Only 2. Louisiana can hold them for 2 plays and walk away with the W here. They haven't been trying to throw it on the out on the side. I'm surprised.
3rd and 10 for the Fleet. Just 51 seconds left to go in this game. Trying to score some points and leave on a high note. Matt South's going to be under center. South going to take a deep drop, step to the side, throw this one over the middle, and the receiver not able to get there. Was set up well for Gene Valentine to make a play on the ball, but just past his outstretched arms.
Just one play away for Louisiana if they can hold their ground.
.48 seconds left to go in this game. 4th and 10 for the Fleet. It's do or die. They're going to come out South under center. 3 receivers to his left in the bunch, 2 to the right. South going to step back, pass, throw this one over the middle, and that ball is deflected by the defense. Chuck Diesel in there, and the linebackers for the Revolution come in clutch once again.
Yeah, both of the linebackers for Louisiana are just having a heck of a game. I mean, that was a punctuation of a great defensive play for Louisiana.
Louisiana at their own 34-yard line, probably just going to come out and take a knee here. Don't have to do a whole lot more, and then don't really want to see anybody possibly get hurt trying to move the ball downfield once again. So Pickler will come out and take a knee, and they will have to snap the ball just one more time to end this game.
Well, I think this is a good game for Louisiana. I mean, they need to do a little fine-tuning going into the playoffs, and having an upstart team like Portland come in and go almost toe-to-toe with you for the full game was I think that was good to get them in a better position in the playoffs.
So next week, Louisiana will travel to Florida, while Portland will travel to Fort Worth. Both these teams have a pretty tough matchup next week. And, I mean, Portland and Fort Worth just playing for their right ship, and neither of them a chance in the playoffs. But Louisiana-Portland should have big playoff implications, Charles.
Definitely. And again, you got to give your hats off to Matt South. I mean, he opened a bunch of eyes in the SFL with his level of play the last 2 games. He threw a couple interceptions, but he had full command of the offense and was able to go toe-to-toe. But I think at the end of the day, when you play Louisiana and you've got a solid quarterback in Ace in Pickler, and but with that running back of Streeter, I mean, he just grinds on you and he wears your defense down, and he's a hard man to bring down in the 4th quarter, and it showed. I mean, he turned it on right at the right time and led Louisiana to victory.
So there's plenty of options you could choose from here in the game, the way Louisiana's team played. But if you had to pick one, who is your player of the game?
It's got to be, I mean, Gond had a fantastic game. And Chuck Diesel, Blake Craze had 12 tackles. But Reggie Streeter he wore out the entire defense of Portland, and he had 3 touchdowns. He really turned it on, 178 yards. He really, doing the body blows and the uppercuts, and just eventually brought Portland down.
Yeah, Reggie Streeter with 30 attempts, 178 yards, and 3 touchdowns. As you said, was really just the strike that took the breath out of Portland every time he got the ball, anywhere near the end zone or really all around the field. And for Portland, they lost, but they come out on a high note. Matt South, as you said, still played really well. All of their receivers, really good numbers. Art Vandelay, 7 for 84. Dean Valentine, 6 for 41. Weston, 9 for 91. I mean, their team is clicking. They just have to get on the right side of the column, something they haven't been able to get down so far this season.
Well, the last 2 games they've improved on the field, and I've had the pleasure of doing their game against Charleston and the game tonight, and I can clearly see improvement each week, and that's what you look for. They're looking to get their an idea of how to use their players in the best way, and I think they're close.
And you can't forget about the special teams play for Portland, able to force the fumble on that punt and let them bring the game a little bit closer before Louisiana was able to run away with it. Time to see who the player of the game will be, and it is going to be Reggie Streeter. Officially 31 attempts for 172 yards and 3 touchdowns, 5.5 yards per carry. Just a crazy game by Streeter, which I feel like that statement there is on repeat each and every week for Streeter in the Revolution.
Yeah, I mean, the SFL needs to find an answer for Streeter because he is a tough man to bring down. And, like I said, you got to, if you do well in the first half, that's great. But you got to be able to show that same level of strength and stamina in the late fourth quarter.
So that does it for Sunday night SFL action over here on YouTube. For my partner, Charles Doherty, I am Robert Garrett Jr. Big shout out to the stats truck, David and KT Horrell, and our executive producer, Cameron Irvine, pushing all the buttons, making sure everything's working. So for everybody here, have a good night.